Mike Paglia. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at ElevateBio. It's great to see a lot of familiar faces back again this year. We've accomplished a lot as a company, so I'm very proud to give the update of where we are from a clinical to commercial progress for not only our manufacturing, but also our technology. So when we started the company over 8 years ago, the vision was to really become an indispensable genetic medicine technology company. So the purpose was to really build and integrate a broad set of technologies to help the industry move forward, but also be a very responsible company and certainly build for scale and success for our partners. The commitment of our partners to work with us is important, and it's our responsibility to make sure we have a sustainable business, especially in this market. And I'll go through some of the updates and highlights that we've accomplished over the last few years. So if you don't know about ElevateBio, we're a first-of-its-kind genetic medicine foundry with integrated manufacturing and technology to help empower the industry. So ElevateBio has unmatched expertise, technology, and capabilities through its BaseCamp facility, which we have in Waltham, Massachusetts, and ElevateBio in Durham, North Carolina. BaseCamp is ElevateBio's GMP manufacturing business, which is designed to deliver genetic medicines from concept through commercialization. And ElevateBio is our gene editing technology and R&D business. That's the world's largest, we have the world's largest gene editing toolbox, which helps companies progress their therapeutics. So together, we have the enabling technologies and capability to help power the industry forward. So our goal is to move products through efficiently and quickly through development, and now from a clinical to commercialization perspective as well. So a lot of information on this slide, and I'll go into each of these in details, and some new information here from previously because we're very proud of the accomplishments over the last year. But importantly, we're building a strong business to support our partners and the industry as it scales. We know there are headwinds in the industry, but we see an uptick of a lot of investment that's coming, especially in the cell therapy, the generation of new therapeutics, and we're poised to be able to support those companies through their development and scale, more importantly. But we've been very thoughtful about our growth. We didn't overbuild early. We have some amazing partnerships that helped us build from a very conservative approach, but hinging on the success of our partners that we've done successfully. So from a responsible stewardship of capital perspective, we've seen growth for tremendous, over 5 years, year-on-year growth, as well as a cash runway that makes us a sustainable organization to support our partners. We're also recognized as a technology company. We've been recognized 4 times now by CNC Disruptor 50, and one of the only biotech companies on that list as a service provider, but also as a technology company. We're also, I'll go into some of the details on some of the certifications. We have a lot of client audits, both US and EU, that we're very proud of completing successfully. We also completed a certification process with Dark Horse Consulting that's actually at the conference this week as well, and I can tell you more about it in later slides, but also after the presentation, and very proud of the accolade and getting recognized for some of our accomplishments there. Something that's very important to us, of course, is success. We've had tremendous success clinically from a manufacturing perspective with a greater than 98% manufacturing success rate for a lot of these novel and advanced therapies. And a lot of you in the room are involved in development and manufacturing, and you know the complexity of autologous cell therapies, allogeneic, mRNA manufacturing. So we're very proud of our success from a manufacturing perspective and getting it right the first time. We're also building a manufacturing network for our partners. As we think about scale, we have a facility in Waltham, and we're also scaling in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with a collaboration through the University of Pittsburgh and the Mellon Foundation. We also have enabling technology, which you'll hear a little bit later today from my colleague about LifeEdit. But LifeEdit technology can access previously unreachable genetic targets, expanding what diseases are treatable through CRISPR. So through our proprietary database and our range of PAMs, we can increase the number of specific sites therapeutically meaningful to edit cells. So the nucleases that we have is unmatched in the industry, and we partner with companies to get access to those and help build their therapeutics. So a stack of technology and also capability. Oh, did I go too forward? No. That's good. And technology that integrates the two business units. So you can access, I should say, clients can access through ElevateBio individually or BaseCamp individually or together. Some companies come to us and work through the therapeutic approach and enabling technology to help build their therapies and also conduct GMP manufacturing with us. Others access just process developing capabilities or manufacturing capabilities at BaseCamp. So really the power of the business model is to be able to use any element of ElevateBio or ElevateBio in part or in whole, and it's a very integrated offering if a company so chooses. So BaseCamp, what we provide are the tools and the expertise to bring genetic medicines from concept to commercialization. Talk a little bit more in subsequent slides about our process development capability, but that's really the element of translational work that we have at BaseCamp that we can help companies become very successful from early development into clinical manufacturing. We have the tools, the experience, the know-how, the internal capabilities to help companies build their therapeutics right the first time. We also have internal analytical development, QC release testing, quality infrastructure, really to enable companies to have that end-to-end service offering. And what's important about that is scale and speed. So from the beginning at Elevate, we built a highly digital infrastructure, something companies weren't doing necessarily 8 years ago, but making sure we had that chain of custody, chain of identity, and be able to manufacture these complex molecules in a very high throughput. So ERP system, fully barcoded systems within the facility from a materials perspective to make sure everything has a chain of custody, chain of identity. Electronic batch records to think about multiple patient manufacturing batches at the same time. Quality infrastructure is digital. So now that we have this basis, we can scale effectively, which I'll talk a little bit about also for our partners. And how are we scaling? We're scaling through different geographies and amazing partnerships. So we have our facility in Waltham, Massachusetts, which covers all of the types of manufacturing you see in this slide, from allogeneic to autologous cell therapy, mRNA manufacturing. We support companies for their in vivo demand, whether it's AAV gene therapies, in vivo lenti. We have a lentiviral vector platform that we can offer to our partners, the gene editing capabilities, which I spoke about before. So from a manufacturing perspective, these are things that we're doing at the facility, whether it's in development, manufacturing, or innovation. And the scale to build a manufacturing network is something that's important for our partners. So partners come to us for early clinical, but ask us to scale from a manufacturing perspective. So we've built our reference site in Waltham, Massachusetts, and now we're scaling to Pittsburgh. So using that infrastructure that we currently have and building a full manufacturing network in Pittsburgh as well. So we'll have additional capabilities for the therapies and the modalities that you see on this screen here. So it's always good from a manufacturing perspective to show you what we have. And we really pride ourselves in having a wonderful facility. It's a collaboration space for our partners, and we encourage you to visit and see the facility. Our partners spend a lot of time at our facility in terms of technology transfers. We value the translation of product from a subject matter expert at a company to our facility and then through manufacturing. It's a very seamless approach, and that's why we're so successful. It's not a handoff between a subject matter expert at a company right into manufacturing. We have a very integrated approach in terms of how a product is translated through our facility and into the manufacturing. We have a multi-product, multimodal facility. As I said before, we do cell therapy, viral vector, mRNA manufacturing. And because of that digital infrastructure, we have the ability to scale and manufacture at scales across multiple clean room suites, whether it's our grade B environments for things like cell therapy or grade C environments for viral vectors and mRNA manufacturing. So again, the concurrent manufacturing is something that's essential in the industry to not only have effective deployment of these clinical programs to different geographies, but also reduce the cost of goods. Be able to get the efficiencies of manufacturing across multiple suites using a digital infrastructure is very important. But at the heart of ElevateBio, innovation is truly the key. We have a dedicated team in the process development, analytical development modalities, and translating processes to the next generation of devices that are coming on the market is important. We value our partnerships with our technology companies. We don't build our own devices, but we partner with the leading industry experts through their technology and help translate, develop protocols, and really truly get our partners access to the next generation of innovation from a technology perspective, reducing the cost of goods, making more potent T cells. Those are important things for a therapeutic company, and our team at ElevateBio and the process development group works with those emerging technologies and helps the partners get over that barrier of understanding of these devices, working directly with us through those technologies. So we're very part of those partnerships and the innovation that comes out of the design of those studies, as well as the output for our clients. And a lot of those studies end up, whether it's being publications with those partners or actually used in clinical development for our partners. So very proud of that work that we conduct at the facility. And the next level of characterization, I'll speak a little bit about this tomorrow afternoon as well. We thought it was important, and as you all know, in the cell and gene therapy industry, characterization is key. So building that characterization through things like next generation sequencing, whether it's cell characterization, long reads, short reads, understanding the biology, understanding the kinetics of what's happening from a product perspective and how to characterize that is very important. So building that core infrastructure is something that our partners take advantage of, and we're continuing to innovate through new test methods as well. Rapid release of test methods such as biosafety test methods, sterility, endo, myco, using next generation sequencing are things that we work on at the facility. As these programs advance, smaller cell volumes, and rapid release becomes key, we're poised to position to be able to support our partners with next generation analytics as well as release testing through our bioinformatics group. Something that's also very important is how you're seen in the industry from a compliance perspective. We haven't been audited by the FDA yet, but we have had several client audits for US and EU compliance. We manufacture products for both US as well as EU distribution. And we're just part of a rigorous certification process through Dark Horse Consulting that we're very proud of as well, where it shows that we're ready for commercial manufacturing. So we've been certified across viral, non-viral, gene delivery, cell therapy products for late-stage clinical trials and commercialization. So what the ICMC certification gives us is additional rigor that would go along with an FDA certification, not only on the compliance from a facility in production and manufacturing perspective, but also how we treat our partners, our service business, our digital systems, our commercial readiness. So a rigorous certification process that, again, I can tell you all more about, but in terms of a facility perspective, showing that we are scaling for our partners from clinical to commercial is key, and having this certification was an accomplishment that we had this year. And what that does is it allows our partners to access innovation, collaboration, expertise, and really, as I said, that customer-centric model in terms of a dynamic, lean culture. That's also a very important thing, thinking about how we reduce cost of goods, and we do that through our operating model that we've actually been awarded for as well. So thinking about drug development mindset, partners with the therapeutic companies to make sure we're building the most efficient process for them, and making sure that we think about cost of goods to be able to get more access to these products to our patients. And what the most important thing for me is getting recognized for that through our partners, in terms of working with our partners and the accolades that we get. Several of our partners not only bring their first asset, but also their second or third asset to us. So that collaboration that we have at the facility, as well through the partnerships, is very important. So we can reduce time from a manufacturing perspective, we can help with manufacturing scale up, and we can also work on efficiencies and help translate a product through commercialization as well. So in terms of finishing up the presentation, you can strengthen your genetic medicine expedition with ElevateBio, our BaseCamp team, our LifeEdit team. We can accelerate the time to clinic in the market. We have a long-term partnership with many of our our clients, as well as giving them access to novel technologies. And working with the technology companies is something that we value greatly, and our partners take advantage of that. The done the right first time mentality has been something that we've built from the first day. From the first, when the first facility and clean room was built, as we scale to larger commercial facilities, it's a mindset that continues through the entire company, and our partnerships value that and making sure that those products get to the patients as rapidly as possible. So with that, I thank you for your attention, and you can certainly speak to us afterwards.
Thank you, ElevateBio.